Good afternoon, students. So today we are going to study about the Pythagoras theorem. That is one of the most important topic in your mathematics life. I think so. You all have studied this Pythagoras in class 6th or 7th maybe, but today we are refreshing our knowledge. So let us take, this is what? Pythagoras theorem. So one thing you should know, Pythagoras is applicable only for a right angle triangle. So what is, first of all, you should know what is right angle triangle. In any triangle in which one of the angle is what? 90 degree. Suppose this one is 90, and one thing is universally true, that opposite of 90 degrees, side opposite to 90 degrees is always hypotenuse. But we are not sure about the perpendicular and base, because if we are taking this angle, as a reference angle, so this will be our perpendicular. If in any case we are taking this angle, this one, as a reference angle, so this will be our perpendicular. But in this today's video we are taking this, suppose this is A, B or C, and then we are taking C as a reference angle, so opposite to C, AB must be a perpendicular. So what is left? This will be our base only. So Pythagoras theorem, why we need to study Pythagoras theorem? Suppose if someone is asking you to find the perimeter of this triangle and only two sides are given, but we know that perimeter of a triangle is what? Sum of all the sides. So we are lacking with one side, so by using Pythagoras we can find the third side, and after that, as you know, sum of all the side is what? Perimeter of a triangle. So after getting the value of third side, we can add and we can get the perimeter. So first of all, one mathematician came and he states that in any right angle triangle, square of hypotenuse, in any right angle triangle, not in other triangle, only in right angle triangle, square of hypotenuse is always equal to sum means what? Plus. Square of hypotenuse is always equal to sum of base square and perpendicular square. So this is what? Mathematical form of Pythagoras theorem. Or now we should take one example in which, suppose this base is given 4 cm and perpendicular is given 3 cm, and we need to find out the value of hypotenuse. So you can see B is what? 4. Directly here we can put 4 square plus P is what? 3. So this will be 3 square. Let it be AC square, because here hypotenuse is what? AC. So AC square is always, this will 16 and 9. So AC square must be what? 25. AC square must be equal to 5 ka square, and this we can compare. So after comparison, AC must be 5. Nothing is given, so we are writing unit only. So hypotenuse is what? 5 unit when perpendicular was 3 cm or 3 unit and base was 4 unit. Another example we can take, suppose we are not having this, base is what? 12, and we are having hypotenuse 13, and someone is asking you to find out the length of perpendicular. So in this case again we need h square equal to p square plus b square, but we need p, so p square must be what? This b square will come this side, so h square minus b square. Value of h is what? 13 square minus base square means 12 square. So one thing you make sure, some of the students are doing mistake, 13 square minus 12 square is equal to 1 square, that is 1. That is totally wrong. Don't do this. 13 square, first of all we need to find out the square. So 13 square is what? 169 minus 12 square 144. This will be 25. What? P square 25. So P square equal to, we can write 25 as 5 square. On comparing, P must be equal to 5. So length of perpendicular, in the case when hypotenuse is 13 cm and base is 12 cm, perpendicular must be 5 cm. I think so this is enough for Pythagoras theorem. You can practice as many as questions you can, and whatever doubt you feel, you can post your comment. I'll be there to solve out your problem. Thank you.